Has anybody ever experienced stress? Sounds like a yes. How do you know? Like how do you know you're experiencing stress? Like what does that feel like to you? What happens in your body or in your mind?
Irritable, tense, grouchy.
What's that? Irritable?
Irritable, tense, grouchy, short-tempered, just like tightness in the chest.
Stomach ache, headache, migraine.
Fetal position.
Another word for stress is fight flight. That says that when we are in a stressful situation, we go to either fight the danger, or if we can assess that the danger is stronger than we are, a bull, a rhino, a tiger, it's better to flee. So we either fight or we flee. So fight or flight. And what happens in this part of the brain starts to shut down. We get what is called vasoconstriction. The blood vessels constrict. So there's less blood flow in that higher thinking. So we're literally out of our minds. When we say, oh my God, that guy was out of his mind. He was out of his mind. Which is also why now there's a legal construct, temporary insanity. Because there's a portion of you that is literally not present. This part the blood flow gets shrunk down because you're supposed to be reactive. You're supposed to not contemplate how am I going to take care of the saber tooth. You're not supposed to outweigh all your options. You're supposed to just act, just go, reactive. But we still have that. So when we are in a state of stress, we go into our reactive behavior. How many of us, we go home for the holidays and you're around your siblings or your parents, and all of a sudden some old trigger comes up and some old fight comes up, and afterward you're back in your room and you're like, I can't believe I'm 35, 45, 55 and I'm still acting like I'm 15. What the hell? I know I've thought about these things. I know I've set all the right intentions. I'm going to do it differently next time. Now I've got communication skills and I've got coping mechanisms. I got all these ways of dealing with it. And boom, I went back to being a 15-year-old. What the heck? Well, all your self-help books are in this part of your brain. And guess what? You're out of that part of your brain. So you're back to your 15-year-old survival brain. So you're literally out of your mind. So why is that? Why? Because we're supposed to be reactive. Because reactive is fast and quick. Improves your likelihood for survival. It's a good thing. It's not a good thing to be in chronically though. And that's where the difference is. The saber tooth is a moment. You see the moment, you get out of it, and then afterward you shake, right? Like we remember when we were kids, right? Children afterward, they shake or they cry or there's some sort of convulsion to let go of all that stress. The stress that's in the muscles, the stress that is from the adrenaline, as if you just drank 6 cups of coffee because you're supposed to be rocket fuel to get out of that situation. But now you're out of the situation and all that stuff has got to burn off. Look at your dog. Your dog gets into a fight, all 4 knees are going like this. But as an adult, I don't want my peers to see that I just got intimidated by my boss. No, I'm cool. Everything's okay. No, that's all good. And we store it up, right? We suck it in. I'm good. It's still in you. So now it starts to set into the fascia of your muscles, and you start to slowly get calcified tendons. It starts to go in your joints, it starts to go in your internal organs, and eventually, on the long term, that causes disease. Do we have only acute stress or no stress? No. You can be at 40% stress level for 15 years or 20 years, and it's going to start wearing on you. There's a sort of an easy shorthand that people use in the mindfulness community in saying that people that live in the past have a tendency to live with depression, because looking in the past, very often it's about lost opportunities, lost people, lost chances, regret, these kind of feelings. And people that live in the future deal with anxiety, because you're projecting fears that they're bridges that you're not even ready to cross yet, because you don't even know if you're going to get to that bridge, but you're already worrying about them. So that's, the future brings anxiety, the past brings depression, but joyfulness is in the present.